Episode 9 is set to introduce a total of 8 new characters by writer and director J.J. Abrams. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. And that is one thing that a lot of people are kind of concerned about right now is, of course, whether or not these 8 new characters are going to take away a lot of screen time away from characters like Kylo Ren, Rey, Luke, Leia, Lando, etc. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. However, when it comes to the character portrayed by Richard E. Grant, alright, we pretty much know little to nothing about this character so far. And what's really exciting is that this character is actually going to be connected to one of the major characters in Star Wars Episode 9. And it's described that his character is going to be a familiar character from either the EU/Legends material recreated by Disney and Lucasfilm in Episode 9. And this is really raising a lot of questions on whether or not he is going to be playing a certain character from Legends that we all know and love that will be recreated by Disney and Lucasfilm in Star Wars Episode 9. Now, I can see why a lot of people would have a problem with this because we do know that they erased everything from the EU and Legends and pretty much started their own canon ever since Star Wars The Force Awakens came into the picture here and all the comics and the video games, you name it. So Richard E. Grant's character, we know little to nothing about him so far. It's pretty safe to say that this character is going to be a villain in the movie, since Richard E. Grant usually plays that, and he did a great job in the movie Logan. I think he actually was a very good actor in that movie, and you can really see the potential that he has for a Star Wars movie by JJ, and it's exactly why I think JJ brought him onto the table here for this movie, is because I think he needed a pure villain in the film. Now, we do know that there is going to be another villain in this movie that's going to have more screen time than that of General Hux, so it's to my belief that his actual character is going to replace Hux at some point in time in Episode 9. However, that's what's really intriguing to me, though, is how a lot of the characters from the EU and Legends material are actually making their way into Star Wars Episode 9, one of which is going to be Richard E. Grant's character from the EU that will be remade in Star Wars Episode 9 by Disney and Lucasfilm. Now, like I say, is this a good or a bad thing? I'm not quite sure. Whatever character this is going to be from Legends, and I really do hope it is going to be quite a satisfying character in the film that everybody loves and just enjoys. I'm not quite sure if we could really pinpoint exactly who he's going to be. Maybe he's going to be like Prince Zizor, or however you pronounce his name. He could be something like that. Aside from everything else, we do know that Richard E. Grant doesn't have a lot of screen time within the third act of the movie. He's more so within the first and the second act of Episode 9. So we can see how Richard, has done a lot of scenes with Adam Driver. He's done a lot of scenes with Donald Gleason. So it's pretty safe to say that he's associated with the First Order. And I think that if we look at him as a character, he's most likely going to be a character that we all know within the EU, within the Empire or the Imperial Army or something like that, that's going to be remade by Disney and Lucasfilm. Now, the fact that this character is also going to be connected to some of the main characters in this movie, I believe also lines directly up with how he's actually done scenes with Adam Driver and Donald Gleason, or, of course, maybe he's done scenes with, with Mark Hamill, for example, or Kerry Russell. As far as we know, he has only done scenes with Adam Driver and, of course, Donald Gleason so far. So, what I'm really excited to see within this character, specifically, is exactly how close, whoever he is, however, they're going to portray him in this movie, how close he's going to be to the EU version of the character that is going to be inserted into Star Wars Episode 9. Now, what do you guys think about all of this? I know there's a lot of people that really don't want to see a lot of Legends material being recreated by Disney and kind of making it of their own in a Star Wars film, and I can totally understand why people would have an issue with that. So with that being said, I think as long as they stay true to whatever character this is, I think that's when people will be more satisfied. Now, The thing here is this, we do know that this movie is really going to be full of twists and turns and surprises by JJ in order to change our perception on The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens. So, the three key characters in this movie, the three key character actors, is Kerry Russell, Matt Smith, and of course we also have Richard E. Grant. Donald Gleason is more around the lines of a minor character within the second and third acts of the film. He's more major in the first act of episode 9. Anyways guys, let me know what you think about all of this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon we hear them moans again.